Hey TVs, it's Lord Ision. Well, welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. We're going to have some magical fun today, so just join us for this adventure. I want to give a big shout out and say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had such a fun time. We did messages from the spirit world, so if you didn't see that, that's in the queue right before this video. Well, today is Wednesday. It's Wiccan Wednesday, and we're going to talk about magical stuff. For those of you who saw yesterday's video, I showed you my purple cord bracelet. The purple cord bracelet is a magical charm, and we're going to talk about that today. So hang with us. Now, in the history of witchcraft, the color purple has a long history of being a magical color, and it's believed that it is a protective color. It imbues power, and so for this reason, I like to wear the sacred purple cord. And for those of you who are members of the Wiccan order that I founded, the Order of the Purple Cord, you know well about the purple cord. But if you're new here and don't know what that is, we wear the purple cord as a sign of the Wiccan power, a sign of our unity. And all the members wear a cord, whether a waist cord with their robes or a necklace or a wrist cord. Today I'm wearing a purple wrist cord, but you know, like all cords, if you wear them every day, after a while they get ratty and old. And this one's ratty and old, so we're going to remove it and make a new bracelet today. So I've got a pair of scissors here, and I'm going to remove my cord. And there it goes. The cord is off. Now, when you remove a cord, you break the magical power. So I encourage you to only remove your purple cord when you're ready to put a new one on. So if you don't have another purple cord, you kind of leave yourself open without protection. Just kind of a Wiccan view, my Wiccan view on that. So we've taken off our cord now. Now, it's tradition with sacred items to either burn the remains of the cord or to bury it. This cord is wet because I washed dishes earlier, so it won't burn. So we'll probably take it outside and bury it. But before that, I want to prepare a new cord that we're going to consecrate. Now, I like to make my purple cords from yarn, and this is it's a nice purple yarn that I found. And you can make your cords out of yarn or nylon cord or embroidery thread, whatever you like. But I like yarn because it's just the right thickness for what I like for a wrist cord. So when you make this, you want to make it a little longer because you can trim it down. It's better that it be a little longer than too short. So I've got to cut out about 14 inches here. And I'm going to I'm just going to trim this off. So getting my scissors here. Oops, hold on just a second. We're gonna just snip down our cord. So here we go. We've just snipped our cord. Now you can see we have a long section of cord. And I thought we'd take that outside today and consecrate it. So before we put it on, we want to charge that cord. We want to consecrate it. So there's our cord. I'm holding it in our hands. Not yet tied on my wrist. But make sure you have a long enough cord so if you have to tie it yourself on your hand, you have a string to work with and you can manipulate it. Now, ideally, we would have done this at the full moon, but I was traveling and busy. That's okay. We're in waning moon. But we've got the power of our Sun Lord here who's above us. Hail to the Sun Lord. And so magic can be worked by the power of the sun or the moon, and either is totally valid. For those of you who are new here, you may say, why is he wearing that purple veil? Well, I'm a Wiccan priest, and many of the Wicca these days wear the sacred veil as a sign of our consecration to the ancient religion, to the old ways. And so I wear purple because for me, purple is a sacred color. Unfortunately, we've got dogs barking today, so I don't know how clear this video will be. But notice here the beautiful flowers. These are wild daisies that are growing here. And these are wild strawberries and onions that are starting to come up. It's just lovely. And we're here at the woods behind my mother's house, which is a sacred place. Now, I forgot to bring a wand with me, but remember, if you're out in the woods, you can find a stick and it will become your magic wand. So we hold this up and we say, Sky Father, Earth Mother, receive my request for the consecration of this wand. May it be a tool of magic. We thank you for bringing it to us. So mote it be. Okay, so there now we have a wand. And since I'm not able to burn this cord because it's wet, we're going to commit it to the earth. So from the earth all things come, and to the earth all things return. So I've prepared a little hole here, and we're going to put our cord down in this little hole. Just put it down in the soil, and we're going to just bury it over. And Mother Nature will work its magic. It's near moss here. And we're going to say, to the earth, we release you now. Cord of purple power, we release you to the earth. May you return to the power from which you have come, and may all souls be blessed. We'll take our wand and we'll trace the pinnacle. Here this pentacle I lay to release the power of this cord today. So mote it be. So mote it be. What a beautiful day it is here in the woodland. There's our Sun Lord shining down. And now I've pulled out our new purple cord. Now there are a lot of ways to consecrate this. If I were at home at my altar, I could light incense and pass it through the incense to consecrate it. I could use my athame to charge it, or my wand. But I think that the witches of old kept it much more simple. You know, in the old days, if they would be out and find a scrap of purple fabric in the woods, it was a sign of magic. And purple was so highly valued and treasured in the ancient culture that if you would find a little scrap, you would treasure it forever. Because to make purple dye was so expensive, it was more costly than gold, and only the royals and the high-ranking nobles could afford it. Nowadays, we're fortunate that we don't have that struggle, but we still recognize in purple the vibration of power. So I thought today what we'd do is we would invoke the power of a tree to consecrate this cord. So I found a lovely little tree here. It's a little tiny, I think it's a birch tree maybe, I'm not sure. But it's a silvery bark similar to birch. And we're going to consecrate this here at the tree. And so I've now tied our purple cord just loosely around the tree, because the tree is connected to the earth energy and the energy of the green man, the green mother and the green man, the power of the earth. And so we consecrate this cord by tying it. And we, you know, at this point, it's the tree that brings the power, and you want to do an invocation. So you say, tree of power, tree of might, bring your blessing to this cord, all right. Power of the earth, be ours today. Bless this cord and let us carry it on our way for protection, blessing, and might always. So mote it be. So mote it be. And then you want to thank the tree for lending its power. So we said, little blessed birch, we thank you for your kindness. We thank you for your blessing of our cord, and we receive it now with your power and might. So mote it be. And look, the wind has come up. Our cord is blowing in the wind. Isn't that beautiful? That's magical. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing, our cord is fluttering in the breeze. So mote it be. So mote it be. Now, it's hard for me to film this, so I may not be able to film it, but this is why I said you want to have a little bit of a longer cord than you actually want your bracelet, because what you can do is you can hold one end in your hand and then use the other hand to pull it, and you can manipulate and knot the cord around your wrist. And all you have to do is tie it on, say another prayer, say, gracious goddess, gracious God, thank you for this bracelet. May the power of purple light be infused, and may be a sign of your blessing, guidance, and protection. So mote it be. And then just finish knotting it off. This is the time when you can do knot magic. If you want, you can make certain wishes as you knot your bracelets. It's traditional to knot it 3 times, and we're going to do that, but I'll show you that after I knot it because I can't hold the camera. and knot it. So we'll be back in just a second. And now you can see I've knotted my bracelet 3 times. Now we've got long ends here, but when I get back to the house, I'm going to trim those off so they're shorter. But as you can see, I now am wearing my new consecrated purple cord. And thanks to the Earth Mother and the Green Man, it's now charged by the power of nature. Isn't that wonderful? Hail to the purple cord. Today I'm wearing my pendant. It's a pewter pendant of Pan, the great horned god of the Wicca, as Lord of the Dance. And I just love Pan. And the woodland is his natural habitat. So while we're here, we're going to talk a little bit about Pan. Pan is known as the god of the woods. He's half human and half goat. And he was believed to live in Arcadia in Greece. And I've done other videos on Pan. You might want to research those. But while we're in the woodland, I thought I would teach you an invocation to Pan. The phrase Io is a call. It's like Io, okay? And then the name Pan, Pan. And one of the ancient invocations goes like this. Io, Io, Pan. When you're in nature, you may have a sudden rush of wind. I hear the wind picking up. It's so interesting. You may see Pan emerge from the trees or the brushes. Sometimes Pan appears as the Green Man, where it's believed that Pan and the Green Man are actually one. He takes different forms. He can shapeshift and become a tree or a bush or become his goat-like self. So we're going to practice that. I want you guys to listen and join. Io, Io, Pan. Isn't that wonderful? Now, if you want to get real fancy, there's actually a bit of a longer chant that I use. And it goes like this. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan, Io, Io, Pan. Now, do you hear how the wind is suddenly picking up? Look at this. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan. Wow, the wind is picking up. Io, Io, Pan. This is so magical. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan. Io, Io, Pan. I'm going to hold up my pendant as I invoke the great mystic God. Great God Pan, we call you. We thank you for hearing our call. We say, Evohe, Io Pan. Bless us all. And I ask, Lord Pan, that you will help my YouTubers to awaken to your magical presence and that your light and wisdom will descend upon us all. Help us not to be terrified. Help us to avoid your panic, but walk in your peace instead. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan. Oh my gosh, the wind is picking up. Io, Io, Pan. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan. Io, Io, Pan. I think he's acknowledging our prayers. Hail, Lord Pan. I wear my pendant here. It's a sacred pendant. Pan, Pan, Io, Pan. Io, Io, Pan. The wind is blowing. You know, as I told you in October in our area, the skies turn this deep blue. You can see today we have the traditional October blue skies. Aren't they wonderful? Well, while we're out here, we should pay a visit to Mom's magical scrying ball. Looks like it's going to need a wash soon. But here's this magical gazing ball, and if you look, you can see the reflection of the Sun Lord. There's me. There's my hand moving. There's the Sun Lord. And mystical. We're going to come out here maybe later this week and wash it. I had to clean it off. But I gave this to my parents many years ago, about 20 years ago, to bless their property for protection. I put a spell on it. They've had it ever since, and it looks like it's really kept them all safe and blessed the home here. So, when you see a gazing ball, these are called gazing balls or lawn balls. They're actually reminiscent of the old witch balls that were used for magic. So if you have a lawn, you might want to get one. Or if you live in an apartment with a balcony, you could put one on your balcony to protect you. It's believed to deflect evil. Now, I also use it as a scrying ball, and sometimes at night I come out and scry in it. So it's blessing, protection, and a scrying tool. So there you go. Well, guys, I'm so glad you came along for today's adventure and that you learned about the purple cord and connecting to the god Pan. I know yesterday I said we'd talk about the Mists of Avalon oracle cards, but we're going to save that for tomorrow. I think that we've done enough for today. I need to take a little break. So be back here tomorrow. We'll talk about Mists of Avalon oracle cards and have a vlog. You guys are best. I love you. Also, before we go, just to remind you, if you haven't done so, if you're interested in psychic development, this Saturday I'm teaching a remote viewing class, and you can sign up over at my website, PsychicBob.com. It'll be held via Zoom. The price for the class is $30, and you can register through my website, PsychicBob.com. You'll see a PayPal button when you scroll down, say $30, Psychic Development. Just click on that, enter your information, and you'll be registered. It'll send me all your information. That's all you have to do. Also, on Sunday, I'm teaching a tarot class. If you've been wanting to learn to read the mystical tarot, you can do that this Sunday on October the 11th. It's going to be a class at 12 noon Eastern Time from 12 to 2. It's a one-day only class, so don't miss it. Price for that class is $31. So make sure to subscribe to either of those or both. You guys are the best. Well, listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. More coming. Please help me out. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button where we have all the magic here. You guys are the best. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Vlog Thursday. Until then, may all of you always blessed be. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess. So mote it be.